But I think one of the most important messages is the need for insurance. The British High Commission is not a social security office, and it's not a citizens' advice bureau. People have to look after themselves when they travel abroad, and particularly when they come to live abroad. They need to prepare themselves. People think that because they have a pension and have social security in the UK, they will be covered in Cyprus. It doesn't work that way. I hear too often about people who have come here for a 2-week holiday, thought, this is nice, I'll buy a property, without really investigating what it would really be like. I'm afraid too many people fall into that trap. On the question of registration, we do advise registration, and it's very easy to do now. We have a website here in the High Commission. For people who can't register online, then if they call us, we can see if we can help them. It's advisable to register so that if we need to contact people, we can do so very easily. An overseas voter is eligible to vote in elections for the UK Parliament and for the European Parliament, but not for local and mayoral elections or elections to the Scottish Parliament or the National Assembly of Wales or the London Assembly. You have to fill in an electoral registration form, but all those details and guidance can be found on our website. The High Commission's consular office and applications for passports is open between Monday and Friday from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock. People can come here and collect a form and obtain advice on the documentation that they need to provide. Once the application is in and everything is in order, it takes 10 days for us to turn the passport round and either have it here for collection or send it back to the applicant. The cost of our consular operation worldwide comes out of the passport fee. So the fact that people are travelling, both the passport fee and in the UK and overseas, but it's proportionally higher overseas, so that we can provide the consular services that we need to. We would normally be informed by the police authorities that someone has been arrested, and we will always try and contact that person within 24 hours. But I think it's important to be clear about what we can and can't do. We can't get people out of prison. We can't give them legal advice. We can't interfere in the criminal justice system. What we can do is give people advice. We can give them advice on lawyers and finding a lawyer, and we can give them the support in terms of contact with families and general support for that situation. It happens a lot. We have, I think at any one time, between 15 and 20 British people in the prison, which is just next door to us here in Nicosia, and we visit those who are in prison as well. We offer a lot of help to people who are hospitalised or who in any way are distressed. That can be putting them in touch with their families, giving them advice on how to obtain money, giving them, ensuring that they are well looked after in hospital. What we can't do is give them better or ensure that they get better treatment than anybody else would have in hospital, nor can we sort of pay for repatriation or give them money. But we will offer them, we will talk to them, we will help them, whether they need legal advice, whether they need medical advice, whether they need contact with people in the UK, contact with families. We will try and facilitate that. We have talked a lot to the Cyprus Property Action Group, and property issues are something which we're very well aware that many British people have had difficulties with title deeds. Of course, a lot of Cypriot people have problems with their title deeds and with property issues as well. So it's not an issue which is a specifically British issue. It's simply a question of the way the local regulations and local authorities operate. I have talked to CPAG and the people there. I have helped them by identifying the people that they should talk to in the government and help facilitated a little bit of access for them there. I've also discussed with the government on a number of occasions how that has how if they don't tackle this issue seriously, it will have a knock-on effect on their economic development. But we can't get involved in individual cases because individual people have invested their own private money. It's up to them to pursue that in their own private way. But if we can see that there is an issue which is affecting British people as a whole, we are prepared to take that up on their behalf. One issue which I know is important to the British community, particularly around Paphos, is cremation, the lack of cremation facilities. So we have taken that up with the government. They've assured us that they are working on legislation which will allow cremation. We provide a service for people, but people have to help themselves. They have to know what they're going to before they go.
Mr. Millett, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.